Yeah, I think it's there. Mine did.
All right. All right, we should be live.
Yep.
Live to Facebook. All right. Hello, Dee. Welcome. I'm Linda Turgison, LTLTE. Learn to love to exercise. Have to readjust the screen here. And we're here today with dedicated Dee, as I call her, Dee Randell. Welcome, Dee. Thank you for being here today. Super proud of all your progress and everything that you're going to share for these viewers.
Yeah.
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 So, Dee, we'll jump right into it. Tell us a bit about how life was before we started working together, how you were feeling, and what problems you were having in relation to your health overall.
Well, it was a lot of yo-yoing and going back and forth and trying different things, and nothing was sticking. Because, I could go back, I could lose 30 or 40 pounds on a diet, but then 6 months later, I'm regaining all of that weight.
Yeah.
So it's like, what you learn with those diets is not necessarily what you're going to spend your life doing.
Right.
It's just too restrictive.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah. Too restrictive, and then you just fall off and get unmotivated.
Exactly. And you just go right back to what you were doing before and expecting the same results. It's like, riding the same train over and over again and expecting something different every time. And it's not going to happen.
Right. That's the definition of insanity, right? Doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
how did you feel like overall when we first started, and what kind of goals did you have?
Oh, I was tired all the time. I mean, all the time, and just getting miserable and depressed and just bloated and just nasty.
Yeah.
I mean, I was really feeling that middle-age spread because, you hit that 50 mark and then all of a sudden nothing's changing. It's like, well, what's wrong?
Right.
Why am I staying this way? Why am I staying in this place?
Yeah. It gets kind of depressing.
It does. It really, really does.
What made you ask for help? Like what did the frustration feel like as you were trying to solve this on your own?
It was like that insanity train.
Yeah.
Because it was just to a point to where it's I either get help or I keep doing this over and over again, and nothing will ever change if I keep doing the same thing.
Right. Did you struggle for a while, like trying to do this on your own?
Yeah, I did. I've been struggling since probably my early 30s. When I was real successful and really hard at it, and real restrictive diet, a real strict exercise routine, all of this stuff. Then I hurt myself one day, and then that was it. After that, I just fell off of it and never went back, and it yo-yoed ever since that point.
Yeah. So were you doing some kind of intense exercise where you hurt yourself?
Yeah, I was doing some very intense abdominal cardio, everything, just very, very intense exercises, and eventually I paid for it.
Yeah. Oh, that's so unfortunate. And I hear that too with people that, they either work with somebody that's way younger that pushed them way too hard, or they go in a class where there's nothing personalized, and you want to, do your best, and you want to do really good. So you just really overdo it. And then as you do that many times, then sooner or later, something's going to snap.
Yeah. And I was at a point this time around where I was like, you know what? I can't keep doing that. I've got to slow it down. I've got to do this right.
Yeah.
So I need to ask for help.
Yeah. Good. I'm proud of you for asking for help, because it is really hard. I mean, I talk to women all the time, and they struggle with asking for help and feeling like they're worthy of it. And it's just to take that first step of actually accepting the help and being coachable along the way, which you've done amazing with. Yeah. So were you nervous when we first started?
No, because I was ready to get something started. Was tired of being where I was.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was tired of being in these groups where you get the same advice over and over again. Oh, well, do keto, do this, do HCG, do fasting, do all this stuff. And no,
Yeah.
it doesn't work.
Right.
You can't maintain that.
Yeah. No, I mean, I talk to people who are like, oh yeah, well, I did it before and I lost 20 pounds, but it wasn't sustainable, but I'm going to do it again.
Exactly. It's like, yeah. And where's that going to get you long term?
Right. Go crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah. So where are you at today, Dee? Like, what does life look like today? How do you feel with your health today versus when we started?
Now it's great. I mean, I'm down 4 sizes at least. I have all new clothes.
Yay!
I didn't keep any of my old stuff because I thought, you know what, I'm sustaining this now and I'm going to keep sustaining it.
Exactly.
So it's completely different. I've got my energy back. I don't feel like I'm 50.
Yay! I love it.
So
yeah, no, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm in better shape now than some of the younger kids I work with.
Right. Don't you love that?
Yeah. So it's like, okay, y'all are half my age, but I can outrun you.
Yeah. You can run circles around them.
Exactly.
Yeah. So now that you're, conquering this and we've been taking it nice and slow so that it has been sustainable and not restrictive, and you've been able to enjoy a lot of different foods during this journey and our next journey together. So now that you're, feel like, hey, I'm conquering this, like, how does it really feel like inside?
It feels good. I mean, just fine, because it's that knowledge that it works. And it's almost a relief to know that it works.
Yeah.
And to know that it is sustainable. It is something I can maintain for the rest of my life. It's not going to go away in 6 months.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, you should be very, very proud of yourself. And like you said, knowing that it's sustainable is so important, because a lot of ladies and men out there, they lose weight, but they're not able to sustain it. And that's really the hardest part.
Yeah. Because I mean, eating this way, I can still eat ice cream.
Right.
I can have a cookie.
Yeah.
I don't have to sit there and tell myself, no, you can't have this because it's not on your diet. Yeah, it is.
Right.
It's called seafood and eat it.
I love it. Yeah. It's so important to be able to enjoy the treats, obviously in moderation, but not feeling like we can never have them, because then it's just another diet where in the end, you're going to be like, forget this, I want the treat. And then you overdo it because you haven't had it. So
exactly. And that is what happens, because I know every time I denied myself, whenever I would finally go, okay, well, I can do this now, I would eat the whole bag.
Yeah.
Now I can eat one and I'm good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's awesome. So what did you try in the past that didn't work? You mentioned keto, HCG.
I did Beachbody. I did Weight Watchers. I think I did Jenny Craig and Nutrisystem.
Yeah.
Every big diet you can think of, I did.
Yeah.
And it doesn't stick, because after a while you just, I don't want to eat that anymore. I'm going to go back to this.
Right. And you're living on products on some of those diets too.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what do you think really contributed this time around to this?
Really, I think it was just a catalyst of things, because it was dealing with everything with my family, dealing with everything with the job. It was dealing with, God forbid, the pandemic. It was just everything. And it was like, you know what? nope, I'm not doing this alone anymore.
Right. Yeah.
So
what do you think made you successful? Like, take us to that moment when you realized that the New Me Academy, working with me as your coach, was actually going to solve the problem.
it was actually registering that the knowledge was there, and that, like you said, if you're going to pay for it, you're going to listen to it.
Right.
So, and that's really what it was, because it came down to accountability, keeping track of stuff, actually listening and doing it.
Yeah. 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 That's the thing. It's kind of like, if we read a book one time through, are we really going to remember anything?
Yeah.
But when you get stuff, repeated over and over and from different avenues, and you actually implement it as you go, that's when it's going to stick, because we all can go online and find all kinds of information. It's not customized for us. We could try it, but the thing is, we don't keep implementing because we don't have anybody, nagging us, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you're down over 22 pounds, just in your waist alone. You dropped like 8 inches, which is a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's enough to get 4 sizes down.
That's awesome. Hips was like 6 inches on the hips overall. Amazing. A lot of inches lost, which is why it's so important not just go by the scale, but also do the bodily measurements as well. Right. So what was it like to be part of the New Me Academy? Like, what was different?
The biggest thing was being a part of a group. Like-minded people who were in the same place, doing the same things.
Right.
You can be from all different walks of life,
but
you're still repeating the same things and doing the same things.
Right. Yeah.
So it's having that common ground with others in the same place.
Yeah. I think that's so important too. I'm part of different coaching programs too, and it's so important to have that community. Because you're not alone, right?
Right.
If you feel like you're all alone, it can get kind of sad sometimes. But when you know that, hey, there's this person and that person, they're also struggling, and we can encourage and inspire one another.
Right.
Yeah. Anything else that you think that you would like to add, that you think would help others who are listening to this?
It's just step out of your comfort zone and do it.
Yeah.
So
make a quick
just do
decision.
Which
I know you did. You weren't like lingering around, like while we talked, you were ready.
Yeah.
You were like, I want to do this. Yeah.
It's like, just get it done. You'll be glad you did.
Right. Because we can never get the time back. We can always make more money. We can always, put effort into different things, but there's only so much time and so many years, and why not live the healthiest years now, right?
Exactly. It's like, live the best, the best time did not have to be while you were in school. It can be right now. Yeah,
exactly. And even though you're middle-aged and you're in your 50s, you can still feel amazing and have more energy than somebody half your age.
Exactly. Because I work with a lot of 18 and 20-year-olds, and they're falling asleep half the time. Like, well, I'm not.
And you're like, hello.
and I'm not drinking coffee.
Right. And you've been so consistent. Timely with everything, super consistent, always doing your exercises. I see them being logged, and you've come a long way. And I also remember when we first started, you were drinking soda every day. Are you drinking any soda now?
No
more soda.
Nope.
No. Do you crave it?
No, I don't.
That's great.
Yeah, because even then I was down to maybe 1 a day, but even now I because my drink of choice was Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
But now I can go back and taste it now. It's like, no.
Yeah. It's kind of like when we give something up and we haven't had it for a while and then we taste it again. It's not It doesn't taste as good as it did before.
Right. And
Yeah.
it doesn't. And I mean, it's even like my taste in chocolate has changed.
Right, right.
Because I always love milk chocolate, but no, I'd rather have the dark chocolate now.
And that's healthier. So that's good.
Exactly.
That's good. Yeah. So if anyone is considering getting support, what advice would you give them, Dee?
Do it.
Do it. Just do it.
Just do it. Don't think too much about it. Just do it, because
Yeah.
you overthink it. You're just going to complicate it, and it doesn't need to be complicated.
Yeah. Yeah. When we overthink, we get confused. The confused mind does nothing. So
Exactly.
yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Dee. I really appreciate you. We're going to go look at the comments, see if anybody has any questions, put them in the comments, give some thumbs up, some hearts for Dee. Really appreciate your time. Super proud of you. And I'm super excited to continue to serve you on your new journey.
Yeah, thank you.
Dee. We'll be in touch soon.
Okay.
All right. Thanks again.
All right. Thank you.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.